Hello, my name's Gill. I'd like to share with you a time in my life when one of my favourite lines in the Bible jumped out at me and came to life. And it's taken from the book of Nehemiah in chapter 8, where the Israelites, who were a pretty challenging bunch, were listening to the words of the law being read and just felt they were never going to match up. And they were moaning and mourning and weeping. And Nehemiah's team said, this day is sacred to the Lord your God. Do not mourn or weep. Instead, go and enjoy choice food, sweet drinks, and send some to those who have nothing prepared. This day is sacred to the Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. And that's my little line. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Before I retired, I worked as a midwife, and every day when I went to work in my car, I would say a prayer. And my prayer would go something like, Dear Lord, be with me today, help me to practice safely, help me to be a good member of the team, please give me the right sort of patients to look after, help me to meet their needs, and if you need to give me something to teach me, please do that today. And I would do that every day. And there was one Sunday morning when it was all I could do to drag myself to work, because the burden of my life outside of work was very heavy indeed. And as I drove to work that day, I could not articulate my prayer. And the only prayer I could articulate was that little 4-letter word, help. So all the way to work, I just prayed, help. As I got to work, I had to shake off that burden and lift it off my shoulders and leave it at the front door of the hospital. And then I went into work, still saying, help. During the course of my day, I cared for a lady and her partner who, for whom having a baby was an absolute miracle. This couple had no religious faith, but they had tremendous faith in human nature. Their default was kindness, compassion, joy, and enjoyment of life, which was separate to having their baby. It was just their default. And it was delightful. I had a lovely time and cared for them, and then I helped them to have their beautiful little baby girl. And in due course, it was time for my shift to finish. So I walked to the car park, picking up my burden that I'd left behind, picked it up and got into the car. And on my journey home, I had to pull in to a little lay-by and take a few deep breaths, because I had realised that that verse, which I had in the back of my mind for years and years, had come to life that day, because God had given to me more than I had given in my job that day to this lovely couple. He had given to me just enough joy and just enough strength to get through that shift. And as I left the hospital and picked up my burden, I realised that actually God was also going to continue to give me that nugget of joy and that nugget of strength, which was going to be just enough to see me through the next day and the day after that and the day after that. So my prayer for you today is that I think we should just be looking for joy, because when we look for it, we will surely find it. I'd like to finish with these last few words as a prayer. Bringer of my joy, keep me at morning, keep me at noon, keep me at night, bringer of my joy. Giver of my strength, keep me at morning, keep me at noon, keep me at night, giver of my strength. King of my heart, keep me at morning, keep me at noon, keep me at night, King of my heart. Have a good day.